Brother David was my favorite math teacher of all time. He's got a heart of gold, and he knows his stuff. But you have a lot of teachers sometimes who know the content of what they're teaching, but don't know how to convey that to a student. And he's so good at what he does. I mean, he's been doing it forever, so I feel like he's mastered the art. But he made it fun for us, and he just has a way of just making me feel like just such an intellectual, I felt like a mathematician in his classroom. From, the colleague perspective, he sort of inspires me to get my stuff together and, stay on top of things. But he's super organized, and he's focused, and he's driven, and he cares about his students so much. He will stop whatever it is that he's doing if a kid needs help. Doesn't matter, any time of the day, he's there for them.
He's a mentor to me, and I also think of him as caring, because if I have a trouble with anything, he'll always help me. Trouble with homework, he cares for everybody, and he thinks of everybody as a whole and a family member, and he loves everybody very much.
Brother David isn't just a teacher to me. He also goes beyond that, and he's almost like a friend to me, and he cares about my well-being, which is something incredible for a teacher to do, to not only care about how you do academically, but personally. He really dedicated his time to teaching us and really giving us the lessons that he learned personally and showing us the right direction to go.
In my opinion, he really emanates what the mission is, and he animates the mission. I'd say Brother Peter is dynamic, creative, and truly mission-driven. Every time I see him in class. He's very dedicated to the students. He's always here after school, goes the extra mile for them. Really is dedicated to the school and to the students. Also, his willingness to see the diversity of our students, the different learning styles and abilities, and he really caters to all of those. So, one of the biggest things that he's taught me is that God's in control. Whether it be in the classroom, whether it just be with the events that we do at school. As he's helped me with campus ministry over the past year, things haven't always gone smoothly the first time around, and we learned to just move on from those, but also to say, what can we do better next time, and also on the spot to just trust that God will make things okay.
Well, he gives my class and myself a lot of life lessons and advice on how to handle things and handle certain situations. So I think he's just so smart. Like the way he could, you ask him a question and he has an answer for it. But he teaches us about justice and about how not everything in life is fair, and you have to work for everything you want. And there's always competition out there. There's always someone else working harder than you.
I would say Brother Peter is he's passionate about what he does, and he's radical. His teaching methods are not ordinary, like it engages you into the class, and it makes you want to participate in class.
He's very loving, even though he doesn't show it a lot, but he is a very loving man. He's understanding. So I didn't really know much about what it was to be a brother. For me, Brother Richard was actually like a brother. Even though he was older than me, it didn't feel like he made it apparent that he was always older and superior. He was like a friend when I needed him, and a mentor when I needed him as well. I think it was throughout the lacrosse team, we haven't had the best seasons, but he's always been there. He never gives up on us, and I think that's what I've learned from him, that you have to keep going, and if you love something, you have to keep doing it. You can't give up on it.
He truly is a brother to me, but so much more to the boys. He's always aware of what they need and where he needs to be to get them where they need to be. Energy, so much that it kind of compels them to keep up with him sometimes. Very into the sport, so he's like the guy. It's not like, oh, he's a brother. That's Brother Rich. And really appreciate that, and I think they admire that in him, that he's able to be who he is, but still fulfill his obligations. They know that everything he does is with them in mind. Their best interest is always his focus. You'll see him, every day papers here, doing there, kids always in his office, and he never ever shows not a bead of sweat. This is what he does, and we know why he does it, and the boys know why he does it. He's just wonderful to be around. He is definitely an inspiration, and definitely a definition of what embodies a Del Salle Christian brother.
From the whistle, Lamar. Here we go.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys. Start it off with today. 1, 6. 1, 2, 3.
4,
5, 6.